What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So we're gonna be doing something different. I don't think I've ever done anything like this on camera before. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna be doing kind of an upgrade for my 1911. I figured I'd do it here with you guys and help a few people out that have questions. Now I call this an upgrade. Other people say not necessarily. They don't say it's an upgrade. But basically, we're gonna be talking about guide rods. All right, full length guide rod versus small or GI size guide rod. Now, for years, 70s, 80s, I believe into the 90s too, everyone's been preaching, if you have a 1911, you got to have a full-size guide rod. Full-size guide rod. The reasons behind that is, it protects the springs a little bit better. It gives more weight in the front, especially for competition shooters. It gives more weight to the front. So you need a full-length guide rod in it. I disagree. All right, so I do disagree with that because there's no actually facts. There's nothing that proves that a full length or a standard GI guide rod actually does any difference, makes any difference when it comes to reliability. So when it comes down to that, for me, I base it on, let's just say, the breakdown ability. Now, there are some people out there, contrary to popular belief, there are some people out there that believe that 1911s are not fighting pistols or defensive pistols, something that you'd use in a combat zone or something like that. I disagree. It's been used since World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, all the way up to modern day war, and still being used over there right now. So to this day, for me, it's a fighting pistol. It's a fighting defensive pistol, something you'll find in a drop holster or in a hip or a chest rig, whatever it is. The only issue is I have a couple requirements when it comes to fighting pistols. Requirement 1, it works. All right, it needs to be able to work. You need to be able to know how to use it. And requirement 2, it needs to be broken down easily. All right, it needs to be able to be broken down easily so you can maintain it. Because there's this thing called Private Murphy. All right, Murphy's Law, Murphy's Law, and he will show up at the worst possible time and create the worst possible situations that could happen. So I want to be able to maintain it. Now, when it comes to a 1911, all right, this is a nice fancy holster from Arsenal Artistry, so $5,000 giveaway, guys. This is the type of his quality of holster we have onto it. But when it comes down to breaking it apart, 1911s in general are already a little more complex than modern day firearms. Now, the issue is when you have a full-length guide rod like this, you see this is a full-length guide rod, when you're breaking it apart, it makes it really difficult, and you usually need like some sort of bushing tool just to be able to break it apart, or screwdriver, or something like that. So let me set up the camera a little bit differently there. So it usually requires some sort of bushing tool, or like I said, or some sort of Phillips head or something like that to take it apart, and that's a pain in the ass. Say, for example, there's a lot of spring tensions that's in here. So you're taking this apart. When you're pulling it apart, what'll happen is it wants to shoot out of the gun. It wants to shoot out of the gun. And because of it, if you take a look at the very front here, so this is pointing in a safe direction right now, right down here, the guide rod, if you take a close look, you notice it's a very, very, very sharp edge, okay? Very, very sharp edge. You go see dents on it from the tools I have to use to take it apart. And there's on several occasions that has gone flying and slammed into the roof because I just cannot get good leverage with my thumb on it or my fingers on it. I can't get enough leverage on this to be able to move the bushing out of place. For me, that takes away the whole purpose of being a fighting pistol, which is being easily to maintain in the field, because when you're in the field, you got to maintain it. So I'm upgrading, according to me, which is using a full-length guide rod. Or my bad, I'm using a GI standard guide rod. So this came in the mail the other day, so I haven't really gone over it too much right now. But this is from, let's see, the packing manifest or shipping manifest. From Fusion Firearms, all right, from Fusion Firearms. They have a lot of good parts, especially when it comes to 1911s, and I actually just subscribed to them on YouTube, so I was checking them out. But I ordered this GI guide rod, and it's actually not a pretty simple price. So I'm going to get rid of this full-length pain-in-the-ass guide rod, and I'm going to put a standard GI guide rod in this. So let's get this started. So first things first, you're going to want to break this down. Now when it comes to 1911, I put my geek glasses on. You'll probably see my ring light. All right, you'll see my ring, whatever. I always use glasses. I have prescription glasses. I always use prescription glasses. Because if this shoots off, I don't want it going into my eyes. So when I'm taking this apart, I always put my glasses on. So step 1, clear it. Make sure the chamber's cleared. Right? Point it in a safe direction. I got a wall over here, and my son's running around over that direction. So what I always do when I'm disassembling a 1911 is I put the hammer back just like single action, and I put the safety on. Now watch, I'm trying to do this with my hands. All right, I'll try to show you with my hands what I mean when it comes to this. So in order to take it down, you got to push down on this, and you just switch the bushing. It does not move. All right, it literally cannot move because of that full length guide rod. I don't have enough leverage, and it literally, look at that. It literally cuts the hell out of my finger when I'm pushing down on it. So what I always have to use is a Phillips head. Now some people say, "Oh, Matt, just go get a fishing tool." When you're in the field, you don't want extra shit with you. All right, you don't want extra tools with you. So no, I don't think personally. Maybe it's just my bias, but when it comes to a firearm, you don't need a specific tool to take it apart. You should be able to do it with your hands. That's the main reason why I'm doing this. But because of the way how this one's designed, I got to use this. So I got to put pressure down on this. That's safe direction here. Okay, now I have it done enough, putting enough pressure here so I can move this guy to the side. All right. Even when I have it partially up, it makes it more difficult. And then I always put my hand over it. All right, and there you go. That guy pops out. So here is the plug. All right, now all the tension's off of it. I can take the safety off, line up the grooves. You know, the standard 1911 stuff, just to line up the grooves. If you don't know, I can do a whole nother video for another time, but I'm just trying to make this as quick as I can. So slide this guy off right here. Take this big old guide rod out. I could take the barrel out too, but I'm not too worried about it. So, and I'll what the hell, I'll do it anyway for you guys. So first, switch the bushing to one side, the opposite side, pull the bushing off, and slide the barrel out. All right, there. Now it's completely field stripped. Now let's put it back together. So first thing I always do is I put the barrel on first. Okay, make sure that's lined up. Okay, then I usually put the bushing on. So you put it on one way, which is this angle. Then I twist it all the way over there, because that's just going to help. Now I'm going to do a quick comparison for you guys when it comes to these guide rods, all right? Now let's pull this guy out. Okay, that's what these are the guys I ordered it from. So if you guys don't know who they are, like I said, I just found them the other day. So it was like 12 bucks or something like that, Fusion Firearms. All right. So let's do a quick comparison. So this is a full-length guide rod. This is a GI guide rod. See the difference? Now, what people say is, when you put you have a spring on the full-length guide rod, it prevents it from buckling and twisting and stuff like that. I've never had an issue with that in 1911s. Even if that does happen, they just run. All right, they run, and it doesn't really happen that very often. If it does, like I said, they still run with it. It's designed to pretty much work that way. So that's a full-length guide rod. It comes with a spring, so it's actually kind of cool. You notice right here. Take a look. This one you can tell has been in my gun. I've been using it and shooting it and racking it and dry firing it, and you can tell all the compression's gone. Now keep in mind, 1911s, when they were actually put into service, they were designed for every like 3 months or so. For every like 3 months to actually have an armor go over it and check things out. And they change stuff like this. Simple as that. So grab this one. Grab these guys. It's the new ones. Now the biggest thing, Noah, stop playing with the light. He's playing my light, whatever. So can you turn that light back on for Daddy, please?
No, I can't.
Okay, I can turn the light back on. We're going to separate these pieces real quick so I don't get them all messed up and whatever. So, full big ones over here, okay? Big ones over there. Regular new ones over here. So now we're going to put this together. Now look at the spring. All right, see the spring? It's got the closed end there, and it's got kind of the open end there. So what you do is you take the closed end, just kind of screw it on this little thing. No big deal. Just screw it on there. Make sure it won't fall out. Make sure it won't fall out. Make sure the barrel's in there, and slide this guy in there. Bushing down. Now this little tab right here is a pain in the ass in 1911. Anyone know that? It's a pain in the ass. So you gotta line it up just right. So it's just basically leaning on it. And I take the frame, slide it on there just like that. Now I like to pick it up for this part. And slowly put this on there. Sure it's completely lined up and ready to go. Okay. Now what we do is simply take this little guy. Don't get the mark of shame, all right? Don't. Mark of shame, bad. What you do, the mark of shame, what that is, all right, is when you put this on there, and if you just decide to shove it and twist it and push it up, it actually scrapes with the frame. Don't do that. Don't make the mark of shame. So you just line it up nice, carefully, pop it in there. Good to go. Now what I do is, now this is on here, simply send the slide forward, put the safety up, just locks the slide back in place. All right, and now take this new guy, right here, okay? Make sure this gets on there good, and push that in there, just in case, all right, just in case. Push this guy right there and start spinning this bushing tool just like that. All right, right there. And it locks in place. Now I always do a function check. So function check is pretty simple. So spring already feels better. So I simply rack the slide, make sure it works. I'm pointing in a safe direction. All right, chamber's cleared. Squeeze the trigger, rack it back, test the reset. We're good to go. And right there, now we officially have a GI size guide rod in there. So now we're going to do a quick demonstration. We're going to see if it actually helps. So let's take a look if it helps a little bit. So we're going to do it the same way I've done it before. Now I'm just going to try to use my thumbs this time. So I'm pushing this down. Look at that. And the bushing simply trying to make sure it doesn't shoot up in my face. Look at that. Ta-da. And it comes out now. So I'm digging it. That's how I like my 1911s to be. I want them to come apart easily. I want to be able to put them back together easily. So we're going to close it back up. Close up this bushing. All right. And once again, congratulations. We are all set. So anyway, guys, I hope this helped you out. So if you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about me. And remember, guys, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.